Everyone, this is Vistra with Paper Seasoning, and I am here to show you some tips and tricks I use to make face masks go a little bit more productive, make it a little bit faster. First of all, I cut my fabrics, and it is 16 by 9 pieces, and I usually cut a stack at a time, so that will make this process go easier. Okay, the next step is I take this piece of paper, and it's about 100-pound weight paper. It's very sturdy, and I secure it to my cutting board. I'm going to cut this sheet to 8 by 16. Now that this sheet is cut down, I'm going to mark a 1/2 inch over to the side. Now, I'll take my fabric and my board, my paper, to the ironing board. The next step is you take your fabric and the paper, you have your line, and you mark it. So now I'm going to fold this over to that 1/2 inch marking. That way my fabric is already lined up, and I'm going to press to that line. And you want to give it a good press. Turn it over to the other side. Make sure that it's over. And then you're going to do the same to the other side. Now you just can fold that side over, because it will be the same width, and you press it down. Okay. Now with the pleated side up, you're going to turn this over and match up those seams like that. And you're going to stitch it going across. You're going to match up your ironing marks there, and you're going to stitch it going straight across that bottom like that. Okay, now that I have it stitched across, I'm going to open it up, open this seam, and fold it back down. This is very important. Fold it back down on those lines. Line it up with the other side. Press, iron across that seam. Don't hit this ironing mark. Do the same to the other side. Make sure you fold it in. Line it up and press. Now you would press all the way across. Just to make sure. Then you're going to turn it over. And on those lines that you've pressed in, that's where you're going to fold that crease. You're going to fold it back down and press it. Make sure that all of your side pieces line up. You want to make sure that that is lined. That is very important. Give it a good press. Okay, so the next step is I have what's called a pleat board. The same paper that I used to make the plate line, that line there, I'm using another piece to make a pleat board. And all that is I've taken lines. Let me see if I can show you. And I've marked them. So the first line is at, this paper is about 8.5. And I've marked the first line at about 1 3/4. Then at 2 5/8. Another one at 3.5. Another one at 4 7/8. At 5.5, and another one at 6 7/8. So the first line, you will take it to that one. Then the next line, you would take it to that one. And the next line, you would take it to that. Okay? So the way this is going to work for you, you take 2 pins. You put your fabric on here at the bottom. Line it up. I put a pin in it. Then I fold it in. Go to the next one, fold it in. And then I go to the next one and fold it in. And that gives me my pleats. Now I press. Take the pins out, slide it off. Use those pressing lines, make sure everything is lining up. And I press it again. And give it a shot of steam. And now I take it to my sewing machine. Okay, I have my 2 pieces of elastic that's 7.5 inches. I'm going to put this in there until I feel it come to that edge of that seam where you folded your fabric. You just want to make sure that you push it right up to that edge and you can feel it. So now I go just past it. And then when I backstitch, I'm going to backstitch over it. Make sure that you keep your pleats together and lined up. And I'm going to stitch just close to the edge. And then when I get to the other side, I'm going to make sure to tuck my elastic in on this side until I feel it come to that point of the end of that fabric. Fold it. Then I'm backstitch across it. And we're going to give you a different angle view I'm going to put this elastic in until I get to that end of that fabric. So go ahead and put it in there. Once I feel it touch, put it under my machine. Make sure all of my pleats are lined up. Bring this elastic around to this side. And this goes faster. I'm just trying to demonstrate how it works. And sew down that seam. Snip your ends. And there you go, a completed mask. And it didn't take very much time. And your seams, you only have that seam, and it's really neat and secure. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, bye-bye.